Hi, I'm Tamis, Miss America with Hollywood Connections and 10 Talk Radio for Dawn Reeves. I'm here today with a good friend and super talented girl, Shirley Levi. Hi, Shirley. How are you?
Hello. Welcome to my creativity.
It's really nice here. You have all these paintings up.
Thank you. And I didn't even realize that she was going to come completely color coordinated. What's going on? Her hair, everything matches the painting perfectly. As you can tell.
We're all matching.
There you go. Tammy's in the house. I'm doing very great. I'm very excited about my exhibit coming up. It's actually not just mine, but my art is going to be featured, and I'm very, very happy, especially because I really, really respect the lady who picked out my work. Her name is Colette Daisy, and you will see her at the exhibit. It's going to be at Critical Content Art Initiative. And I actually have some really great massive pieces that she picked that I'm excited about. One in particular that's brand new. It's called Under Soul Construction. And it's always great because I kind of go back and forth from the music, to the filming, to the painting. It kind of all goes hand in hand. And I'm very excited because, as you can tell, I am very, very passionate about my hunger project. This painting is called Happiness Face. And it is the name of my hunger project, which I've started actually like a decade ago. It's got a song to go with it. So I'm going to be giving 20% of all sales to my homeless angels in Los Angeles. So let's sell some art.
Let's go, people. Come on, buy them and support and help with the hunger, getting all the homeless with their food and everything. It's a great cause. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you very much. I'm actually deciding what to do with it myself. Because a lot of times, the government gets money, but not everybody gets taken care of. I'm kind of doing it on a personal way. These people are my buddies. I adopt them as brothers and sisters on the street. And I go in and I don't even think I'm going to give them the money right in their hands. I'm going to really figure out through heart and soul, how do we get these people off the street? How do we give them hope? And really, it's about, sometimes people think, well, you can't solve everything all in 1 minute. It's really about how can you make them eat today and have a better day? Does that matter? Do you know what I mean? Even criminals who are in jail are entitled to food. Yeah. They're entitled to clothing. They have shelter, health, not insurance, but
they have basically like a better life, let's say.
They have a better life. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. You don't ever judge somebody, well, he made mistakes, she made mistakes. You don't know what they've been through. They maybe didn't have a family who came out after them and said, no, don't. Once somebody's mentally ill, it's very hard for them to come back up. You might as well be just completely disabled when you can't think straight for yourself. So don't judge. You might end up realizing that this person might become a dear friend. And every time I go out, I get I don't know, they give me prophetic messages. They're just amazing people who have so much more faith than we do. And we're all sheltered and we're doing great. You talk to them, like, brother, how are you doing? Do you believe in God? I believe. And do you know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes I guess it takes man to be really down and out to have faith. So anyway, that's that. Have you heard any of my music recently?
Yes, I heard one that you made for the one like Dear Friend.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I really like that one.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
She's very talented. You guys should check it out.
Thank you so much. Check it out. It's called Dear Friend on YouTube, and I actually just made a very private recording, and I dedicated it to my homeless angels. It's all about, I guess, a divine friend and fate, and I'll just leave the rest at that so you can hear the song. Because my music, like my paintings, you got to use more senses than your 5 senses. Do you know what I mean? A lot of times you have to really listen. Everything is kind of layered. The paintings as well. You think that it's a flower, but it could be a clock, and it could be doing something else. They could have maybe the petals are really encoded with words, with images, and they tend to take on different form. I've been known to paint people before I even met them. So watch out. Some are self-fulfilled prophecies, but I do believe that anything that you truly are in this life, I get very insulted when people say, and I feel bad because they think they're being nice, oh, go after your dreams. I'm like, what? What was that? Do you know what I mean? These are not dreams. I truly believe that this is a calling, and I'm on a mission. Do you know what I mean? And that's actually why I took some time out. Everyone's like, what's going on? You haven't been on stage for the past year and a half. What's happening? You know what I mean? And like my painting, I'm under soul construction because the music business, I had like these great meetings for television where my videos went viral. I go in, and if I say anything that might actually help the world, you just see everybody's face just go, do you know? It's like, we like you.
Close the doors.
There you go. But America doesn't believe in charity. What? We're like one of the most charitable countries in the world. You'll put people on TV to show the worst of themselves, but you're not going to put something on that might raise a ton of money and change our perspective. Anyway, same thing with the music. My album Break Free, which was signed with EMI. And, I had a struggle with them even telling me, take out all of the messages. As the guy is calling my song Break Free, the album's called Break Free, the song is Break Free, and it says, they call you Van Gogh. He keeps calling it the Van Gogh song, yet telling me to take it out. But you're remembering it because of that and because of the fact that it's meaningful. Or don't dedicate Anne-Marie to autism awareness. It's such a great song. You don't want that. Like, it's basically they're telling you that you have to separate your artistry from your activism. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's almost like they're looking down on you like you're sitting, like, how dare you want to also, help people in the world. Who do you think you are? And you're trying to glorify. I'm not glorifying anything. If anything, it slowed me down because they don't want that. So I've decided to take a little detour around them because I'm on a mission. And even the devil does not plan on standing in my way. This city is going to get fed, and Hollywood needs to actually capture the voice of the people, which is what I've been doing. And believe me, I've reached millions and millions with no budget, no help. I produce everything. I edit it. I write it. I choreograph it. I promote it. I design it. Everything you can think of, boom. And exactly. So my next step is I need to start like delegating other people, in the spirit of how I started it, but I'm not budging. So the next time you see me on stage, it's going to be for a very, very great cause. And I'm not going to separate my music and my art and my videos from my activism. It's here to stay. It's one. And it's not a dream. It is a calling. Just like whatever it is that you're feeling at home, I'm not saying just sit around and do nothing about it. It's blood, sweat, and tears and fighting an opposition. But I've been so close. You go from performing in front of like 70 people to being flown out to Universal, to the president, or, from playing for a few hundred people to boom, you're opening up for Neil Young. You can get somewhere and your voice matters. You have to just really believe in what you're doing, and hopefully you're going to shine your light and do something that's going to actually help people out there as well. That's very important to me. So
it is. That's I love how you have your goal and everything. That's an amazing thing
Thank you so much.
To put your music with being an activist and just helping people out. That's the best thing.
That's what music and art is for, is it not? Do you know what I mean? I mean, didn't music start out because of prayer and praising and reaching a higher place? Yeah. Since when did it become about destruction? And since when did it become uncool to be unique and be yourself? And that's another thing. I refuse to go with the trends. I am who I am. And yeah, I'm a rock. Like, I do rock. Really, it's with an R-A-W-K.
That's the best way to spell it.
There you go. Do you know what I mean? Because it's real, it's uncensored. And yes, I could do very, very perfect studio productions that are very, you know what I mean? But this is not what this is about. My next album it's real, it's raw, it's uncensored. When you have emotions, you don't apologize and edit it in between. Yeah. It's uncensored from my heart to yours. And that's the greatest thing you can do for your audience, is unleash yourself. Be epic without needing a million people behind you. I mean, I love dancers and I do all sorts of production, but I believe that right now it'd be cool to just keep it very, very raw. But I jump around and I do some reggae, I do some electro, I do some country, I do some folk. Mostly it's rock. The last album is more studio produced. I took it, from like a huge production and like took me over 2 years, and I mixed everything myself right here, found a way to do it and released it. Check out my album Break Free. The next one is going to be a lot more organic. You know what I mean? I really want to capture just real sounds, acoustic sounds, and I want it to be all about a lot of like record producers They're all about showing off their talent or making you sound like somebody who it's already worked for them, using the same formula. And I don't want to do that. I really believe that the production needs to go after who the artist is and really the song. The production should be dictated by the artist, because it's not that we don't have very talented, unique artists. Everybody out there is talented. They're incredible. But what I do believe is missing is that we have the same producers winning the same Grammys, producing everybody the same exact way.
Basically the same.
The same.
Change like a couple chords.
Right?
The same
and
song.
Stealing like you can't imagine. Like there's no integrity, but even forget about integrity for a minute. Like I can't tell any artists apart from anyone. If you really go back before our time at the 60s and 70s, which I'm very, very much, I draw a lot of inspiration from, everybody sounds different. Everybody, like the voices, you watching their like Woodstock shows or, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I can tell everybody apart. Everybody is so different. It's because they're not all about the producer, producing them. They were allowed to shine bright for who they are. You can still have a hit song, but they don't want to take chances. It's kind of like, you will be like everybody else and we're going to cash cow you. And it's destroying the music business. You know what I mean? Not that the music business has ever been with a lot of integrity, but I think it's all-time worse. And I'd like to change that. What do you say, artists? Are you with me? Let's go. Let's start a revolution. So that's what I'm all about. And so if you think that I've been off stage and I've been like kind of like planning on not getting back on stage, you're very wrong. I'm actually getting my army together, and look out, because I'm about ready to, I'll just kind of deliver. I'm not going to promise. How's that?
Yeah,
just look out
good.
for me.
Just keep a watch. Keep watching her.
And come to the art show. It's going to be amazing. It's this like beautiful space. The whole entire floor is literally all production companies. Very, very creative, very avant-garde, high ceilings, a beautiful panoramic view. And you're seeing like all the art just like everywhere. It's just gorgeous. And I've seen some of the other artists. Really, I'm not just saying that. Phenomenal. Everybody is so unique. Colette did such a great job at just finding these great underground artists that everybody has a real signature style. So I'm very, very happy about that. My paint, actually, I'm not going to tell you which ones. You're going to have to come and check it out.
Don't just leave that as your secret weapon.
There we go. Oh, I like that. I like that very much. And I just can't help but notice your hair and everything matching.
I'm all matching. I'm giving you the support.
We did not at all talk about this. I'm telling you, not at all.
We're just connected mentally.
Big time. And I'd like to know, can you tell me a little bit more about what you have going on here?
I'm like Miss American, which I won the title with the Dawn Reese show, which we're like a talk show radio, which we are basically, she's based in Clearwater in Florida. Right. And she has reporters all over the world. And each of us has like we win the sash and the crown. And we have our media ID that we go to events or to interview celebrities, either singers, actors, painters, writers, whatever is their talent. We're there supporting them and giving them the most support that we can, promoting them on the radio, on YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter, all the social media.
That's amazing. You see, you do your thing and it's going to find you. That's amazing. It's actually what I do. I started something called Music on My Shoulder. And that's actually a big part of what I was doing, is just showing up and lending my support, giving out paintings, performing, capturing what other people are doing. I think it's amazing. And I highly suggest that if somebody else out there is doing something and you can't be doing it, support them or support your local artists, for you never know when you're not going to be able to afford their art anymore. So I suggest you get busy.
You never know about the future.
The future is very close by. And I read something that Muhammad Ali wrote, which I love, which says something to the effect of, you may suffer now and stay a champion for life. Do you know what I mean? So nothing comes easy. You got to fight for it. And believe me, you're going to see miracles happening. Literally, I've seen things happening for me where I'm just like, Mom, is this really happening? Like, what is going on here? Like, what am I going to do? I don't have like a whole team of people. It's just me, myself, and I, but it comes and it goes. And it's like you start to build and you start to build. At one point, I reached over 18 million people. I mean, in like 7 years, but still. Do you know what I mean? With no money, no budget, no help.
You by yourself.
It was me by myself. I had one guy who was helping me. Shout out to you, Johnny Otto, who's also an incredible artist, and check him out. He was helping me as far as like, the guy was like camera happy. It's always great to have somebody who's inspired by you, because he was literally following me around everywhere with the camera, everywhere. And like you see, as soon as like we had to separate, because he's doing a lot of work right now and I'm doing different stuff, but there's like literally barely pictures of me because he's following me everywhere. And I hate pictures. I never like photograph myself, but he was amazing. He gave me a hand as far as just filming everything I was doing. Like people offer, and I get a lot of people who want to be filming me, but I don't always like their edits. I don't always like people to have my images. Who knows what they're going to do with it. I'm a tough one. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is important. I plan on doing great things with my work. So I'm tough on people, but I'm starting to like kind of connect and find new people. And he was also helping me to promote. But at this point, I've reached a level where I think you can pretty much, it's very tough to reach that level when you're independent. After that, it's time to go to the next level. Do you know what I mean? So I will always keep that indie spirit about me. I will always be a fighter, a warrior for like justice and love and music, equality. Do you know what I mean? But I need to start like also, like I also wanted to become a songbird again. I was just doing too much. It's time to kind of start getting a team together. We're coming after you, America. I'd like to change that. What do you say, artists? Are you with me? Let's go. Let's start a revolution. Really, equality, justice, and love. It's about to take over. Don't be sitting around, you know, I don't want to get into politics. I don't want to have anything to do with it. I don't want to hear about, you know, Trump and like, you know, like by you sitting there and attacking, and why don't you just get up and make change? I hear people who are constantly like, it never works. I try to help, you know, the homeless and it didn't. You're sitting around complaining about what the government isn't doing. And yes, I agree, we could have a lot more help, but you're around. When you walk by the streets, give love, give a smile. It can make all the difference. Don't sit around and judge. It's not up to you to think, is it going to go all the way? Is he going to get out? It doesn't matter. That love at that minute, I want you to try to think of a moment that somebody smiled your way. In fact, that's what it's based on. When someone gives you a break and it's like fuel, it carries you in ways that you cannot imagine. You're flying even when you're in torment. Do you know what I mean? You have that hope and you can get through anything. That love, when I give them money or food or whatever it is, it's an excuse to bond with them, really. You bond with them, you talk to them, and you let them know that they're not forgotten, that you love them, you give them your love. If you have food, share it with them. Talk to them. You might learn something new. That's what you could be doing. I'm not saying don't stand up for our country and, you know, have a voice, but don't just be sitting around being cynical either and putting people down and taking people down. I believe that it's maybe better thing to just find sparks of light in that darkness. Do you know what I mean? Make your name, get out there and help these people, and don't just sit around for the people who aren't helping you. Take over with what you can control in the meantime. Yeah, and keep getting out there and revolting and all of that, but don't be destructive, because it's really not helping. If you want someone to hear your message, if you're pounding it in their heart, they're so busy defending themselves. You know what I mean? They're not listening. And the most important thing is that you want them to listen. We're all brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. And you would be surprised, the person who you think has the things that are the most different from you might end up becoming somebody who actually bonds with you and is a great ally. So keep your heart open.
Anything helps. I mean, just giving them a smile, it makes their day. Whatever you can. It makes their happiness and gives them hope.
There you go. I never tell people, give me money because, you know, they'll run 10 feet. I understand. You know, there's times I have it, there's times I don't. We're all struggling. We're all artists. But you don't need to do that. You can just give love. Give what you have. I have stuff that I wasn't even using. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I get excited. If you make them something, don't think, well, they're homeless. I'll just, you know, like wash your hands. Care. Put something together. Put it with love, as if it's being made for you. I put little sticky notes on for them. Do you know what I mean? Making them feel like they're loved. If you have blankets, it's so cold outside. It is so cold. You know what I mean? Give them blankets, whatever it is. And I mean, I'm not saying do it for this reason. Obviously do it because it feels right. But remember that it's good karma. You know, somebody might look out after your mom, after your brother, after your son, after your kid. You don't know who else's life you're saving by just giving that love. And perhaps they're there in front of us for a reason. Maybe the test is really ours. Because I don't believe that we'll ever really eradicate hunger. But I do believe it's there karmically for a reason, and not just for them, but for us as well. Every time you walk by and you see somebody who's struggling and who's suffering in the cold and crying, and you walk by like they're not there, it matters. It matters a lot. Do you know, I hope to God that you remember what I'm telling you. You walk by, you give them love. Do you know what I mean? And it could literally make that change in their lives. So,
Yeah.
peace, love, and rock on.
That's a great message. Thank you.
I hope to take it in a bigger way and a bigger platform. But in the meantime, even the ants are busy. You know, you little ants can do more than you can imagine. Do you know what I mean? A bunch of them get together and it's a revolution. They can get more done than a lion, which is what I'm trying to say by that ant story, is that you're not small. Do you know what I mean? It's every little thing that you do really reaches a lot. We're all connected. It's a form of light, you know, and it might not be seen, but somebody up there is seeing it. Do you know what I mean? So do it because, though, you want somebody to not be suffering. It's not a fun thing. Yeah. So now back to rock and roll. I'm very excited that you're going to be covering the night and showing up to the exhibit as well. Woo!
Giving you support and promoting your events and helping you out as much as needed.
Oh my gosh. Well, I have like a princess following me around. Wow, I got very, very lucky. Do you know, I'm very excited about that. And in fact, I would like for you to be in my next video. I like to grow with the people that I do work with. And also, I'd like to give a shout out to our professional camera woman. What is your name? Because I've seen your work and I think it's fantastic. What is your name? I want people to support you. Susana Reese? Susana Reese.
Luis.
Ah, Susana
Luis.
Did you hear that? Susana Luis. So if anybody out there is looking for somebody and you've got, you know, like a documentary or you've got a wedding or you've got something that's of importance, she is so good. You know what I mean? When I grow, I don't just go back and like pick shiny new people. I go back and I pick people who stood by me. Even if I have a chance of dealing with somebody who's maybe status quo-wise more famous, if the person really can do the job right, I will go back to them instead and help them grow. Yeah. We're all in this together. And don't forget that we're in LA. I know we're all here trying to make our dreams come true, but let's stop trampling over each other while we're doing that.
Help each other.
Do you know what I mean? Help each other. You see that? Like, sometimes we don't have a conscience or something. It's important. It makes a very big difference. There's no reason to compete because just because one person makes it doesn't mean you're not going to make it. We're all here to be beneficial and to help one another. Support your local artists.
Yes.
We make your lives, we make you go through stuff that you normally wouldn't go through. You cry with us, you know, you sing with us, you laugh with us, you dance with us. But then you're like, I wouldn't never want to actually live with you. Do you know? You know what? Remember that they're struggling to bring you that, and you know, like support them. Look out for my painting happiness face. Let me just stand up and boom. Project coming soon.
Nice.
I hope to get, you know, my soul family together for this. I have two people in particular. I wish I could say their name, but I'll be nice and I won't. In case it doesn't work out, I don't want it to look like it didn't work out for bad reasons. But I really, really hope to bring a lot of hope to the streets, you know, and get together with these artists to take this project off the ground, God willing, 2018. Yeah. Get some hope on the street. Clap and pray for downtown LA because it is not cool what's going on there right now. So anyhow, again, please come to the art exhibit, support, have a good time. We're going to have the sun coming down with all the like beautiful panoramic windows, art. As I said in my posting, we're going to celebrate anarchy of creativity and expression. Don't ever lose your voice and don't ever pretend to be somebody else because it's not going to last. Be yourself and fight for it and it's going to work. Check her out as well because she's amazing. Go and look at her page. Can you tell us something really fast about where they can go check you out?
They can check me out either on YouTube. I have a lot of stuff on YouTube. Tamis, which is THAMYS. And my last name is Bertoldi, Bertoldi. Or you can also go on Instagram. Maybe there's a lot of pictures that I post. So it's CHAANT. Check us out. And give us also yours so they can see your stuff.
www.shirleylevi.com. Just look up Shirley Levi and you will literally see hundreds and hundreds of pages of blood, sweat, tears, and victorious glory of creativity and basically making my own story. I'm very proud to be a self-sufficient, self-made artist. Well, God made and then self-made. So check me out. You know, I got a lot of music out there. Check out any new shows that are coming up. I've got a ton of videos out there. Check out my viral videos, Music Can Change the World, Part 1 and Part 2, and give your support and love one another. There we go.
That's good. Well, thank you for your time. Well, and thank you, everybody. Come check us out. Come check her artwork and support her and give her all the support she deserves. And we'll see you next time. God bless you.
God bless you. I love that. God bless you. Yeah. Rock on.